Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 10th. We're going to jump right in here, Scorpio. You have this horse card and this eagle card. So the horse kind of represents momentum and freedom and keeping something going. So I feel for a lot of you that you are trying to create more like freedom in your life. And we can create momentum we can create freedom through momentum. And so I feel a lot of you are maybe discovering ways to get things to work in your life. And, these could be ways that make things faster or produce more freedom for you, which is great. I also feel with that eagle spirit, it's funny you end with this card that says you see clearly now. And the eagle also would represent clear vision or, understanding your vision from a new perspective. And you also have the hermit. The hermit kind of says you've been through a dark night of the soul and you have learned something. When you think about it, it's like for the most part, it's not always true. But for the most part, you don't see a ton of eagles together, like unless you're in Alaska or Seattle or something like that, right? Then the eagles kind of group up. But for the most part, they're very independent, just like the hermit. He's gone on this journey all on his own. And so I feel that kind of like hermit type energy going on in your reading where you had to do something on your own in your life. And this could be something that's very valuable, like sharing your experience, for example, based off of what you've been through over the past few years, could be valuable to other people. And I kind of I don't really see it here yet, but I kind of get this feeling of, you do have this fulfillment card, but I think the fulfillment is coming through, sharing your experience, sharing your story, or sharing with people like what you have done. You have the Four of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Lovers showing up here. The Four of Cups says that maybe you've been disappointed with the results you've been getting in your life, or he's disappointed by something. This is the card of contemplation and apathy. He's trying to manifest those cups in front of him, but he's kind of like disappointed with the results that he's been getting. And I feel that for you, Scorpio, that you've just been disappointed with the results you've been getting, and probably in multiple areas of your life, and you're just trying to get a better result for the work that you do. And the good news is I feel like you're getting better results. I mean, you have this gift of money card. By the way, I'm doing past, present, future. So this is showing up in your past. And it's like you're finally able, I think moving into the future, you're finally able to put energy into whatever you're working on and you're getting much better results. You have the Six of Swords. I'm hearing painful ending or something like that. So some of you might be coming off of a painful ending. It could have happened years ago, and now you're finally moving forward. I feel like you finally have processed something. There's that woman and the child in the boat, and they have those six swords in front of them. And the six swords kind of represent the lessons they learned, the things that they went through, what they had to overcome, all that information. So they're kind of bringing what they have learned forward into their new life. And that's what's, they kind of learn the lesson and they're not bringing it with them, but they are bringing what they learned with them forward so they don't make the same mistakes. And I feel that's what you're doing here. It's like you're bringing something forward into your new life. You have the Lovers here, and the Lovers definitely could be love. So if you want love or if you want a love connection, I feel like there could be a stronger new love connection coming in for you here. I feel like it's something that's going to make you very happy as well. I see a lot of happiness if you want love and joy. I think that it's something that's much more peaceful, and I think that's the thing that stands out to me the most is that you're attracting a connection that brings peace. You're attracting something that brings, much more harmony in the connection. So it looks to me like you're attracting something that just works, much, much better. And I think you're being guided towards this person. This is your higher self angel. So I think both people, if you're attracting new love, it's like both of your higher selves are connecting the two of you together is the feeling that I get. And you even have the Four of Wands. So, definitely could be marriage potential as well. With the Four of Cups, you have the Chariot. Moving forward, you have the Chariot twice. I knew that I literally said it, I was talking about momentum, and you have the Chariot twice and this horse. So I think you're building a lot of momentum. You're moving past these disappointments. And I think it's because you've finally, learned the lesson or whatever you want, whatever cliche spiritual thing you want to say about it, right? With the Six of Swords, you have the Emperor. Yep, definitely moving towards like an Emperor and Empress if you want love. So definitely could be a strong connection. We see a lot of control here as well. The two Chariots in this card both represent control. The Chariot is kind of about like really grabbing those reins and taking control of your life. The Chariot is about using your willpower. That Horse card is also about willpower and having the willpower necessary to create success in your life or to bring something to a conclusion or make something happen. And that's really what I feel is going on here is you're kind of you're creating a conclusion, but you're taking control of something that you're working on, but you're really making it happen with willpower and because it's the right thing to do. So I like that. I also feel like the Emperor is kind of talking about you. It's like you creating something in the world. So like I said, I think it's time to come down from the mountain with the Hermit and express yourself. With the Lovers, you have the Two of Cups. Yes, I knew the Two of Cups was going to show up in this reading as well. Definitely a very solid connection. I think you're probably already communicating with this person like in your dreams. So you might be having like crazy dreams right now where you're talking to a person, or there could be a person you're seeing in your dreams. Or if you have your eye on a person, you could be kind of like communicating with them in your head. I kind of feel, and if you don't have a person yet, I kind of feel you are imagining a person with the Two of Cups, or you are. It's like you're connecting with a person in a certain way with that Two of Cups, and maybe you haven't seen this person yet, but you're about to. So really good reading for those of you that want love. Definitely could be like a divine counterpart. Next, in your present position, you have this Fulfillment card. Are you kidding? It says peace, harmony, satisfaction. I literally said this person will bring you peace. It says in alignment, acceptance, happiness, positive mindset. You have this gift of money. It says sudden financial change, windfall, small monetary increase, small win. So money looks really good. Money looks pretty good this summer for water signs. So again, I would make as much as you possibly can and then save it for sure. Especially because, the end of the year is a little bit interesting, I'll say. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen yet at the end of the year, but, I would just, kind of like have some money put aside. I don't think anything scary is going to happen, but I would just make sure you're kind of like set up to, have like kind of like a rainy day fund or something like that. But I do feel there could be more money coming in for you here. You have the Five of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Five of Wands can represent conflict and competition, but the Five of Wands is also about learning from your competition. These people, they're using wands to fight. They're not using swords. So I feel for a lot of you that it could be a good time to make sure that you have learned from competition, or if you are in a competitive field or a competitive business, or if you do something that's competitive, this says like you don't have to compete, but you can learn from your competition and apply what you learned to grow more quickly. You have the Three of Cups, and again, Three of Cups is the total opposite. Three of Cups is collaboration, community, working together with people. So again, I think it's an amazing time to collaborate. I've been collaborating more recently, so I definitely recommend it. I think that moving forward, especially when we get into Pluto and Aquarius, that collaboration is going to be the name of the game. If you want to be super successful, I would find a team to join or find an accountability partner or something. Like there has to be some sort of collaboration to create more success. It doesn't mean that if you don't collaborate that you won't be successful, and it doesn't mean that if that you absolutely have to work together with a person. But again, it's just like a little bit of an extra boost. I think astrology is all about catching the wave. That's why I do everything early, right? I do everything before the astrology hits, because if you do that, you're kind of like working with the energy before it happens, and you're catching the wave early, so you can kind of get ahead of the energy, which is a better way to live, if I do say so myself, right? You have the Four of Wands. Definitely could be meeting a person you'll marry. This looks like a very good love reading. It could be an Earth sign or an Aries or a Virgo or a Cancer so far. It could be a Capricorn as well, or a person with Capricorn in their chart, or any of the signs that I mentioned in their chart. So I feel there's like a really solid connection coming in for you. I also get something about like luck here. Four of Wands like 11-11 here. So 11-11 could be an important number for you, or you could just be I would pay attention to synchronicities right now. You could be seeing synchronicities like 11-11, and whatever you're thinking about when you see the synchronicity is probably something you want to pay attention to. With the Five of Wands, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is a card of being spontaneous. I also do think for fixed signs that we're in a time where you kind of have to be adaptable, spontaneous. If things are changing quickly in your life, just go with the changes. Knight of Wands is very spontaneous. If something needs to change, he changes it. I look at him as like the true builder in the tarot. So if he doesn't have something that he needs, he builds it, and embracing that energy is going to be good for you. With the Three of Cups, you have the Magician. I kind of feel like you're a little bit of a magician right now, Scorpio. I think that you're a little bit more magical. I think you are, you have the ability to create this sudden financial change that Gift of Money card says. So I would, kind of like trust your intuition, but also if you have a vision, now would be the time to manifest it. We're coming off of all this energy in Taurus, and I think that you can still take advantage of the energy. So I would be kind of like speaking your world into being and using your powers of manifestation. With the Four of Wands, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, definitely could be like an older, mature person that you're attracting, like a King of Swords type person. I think it's a person who makes very wise decisions in their life. Like they might, it's kind of funny because I feel like I said this to you recently, like maybe in your June reading or whatever it was. And I think that, it's like this person, maybe they kind of live their life in a boring way, like not boring, but just, it's like they do kind of like grandpa stuff, right? Or grandma stuff. They kind of have a bank account. They save their money. They do like responsible things. So I kind of feel this is like a very responsible person that you're attracting as well. Next, in the area of the future, you have this Bee spirit, says sweet results await, which is great. You also have this card that says you see clearly now. And I think that what you are seeing is you're seeing why you had to go through the dark night of the soul with that Hermit card showing up here as well. You're getting a lot of clarity on why you had to encounter these certain situations or things that you went through. And I think you're getting a lot of answers as well. And these answers are really kind of pushing you forward and making you more successful. So it looks really, really good. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Hermit. The Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful. And so I think it's an amazing time for resourcefulness. If you can do something for free without spending money, do it. If you can do something for cheaper or get a discount, I would do it. Like all those types of things are popping into my head with the Queen of Pentacles. I also think that, it's like, it's kind of funny to me that, so many people, I was speaking in Austin this past weekend, and so many people came up to me and they were like, I have this idea and I need money to get started. So how can I start it? I'm like, but most of the ideas, they really don't need money to get started, right? So I think a lot of the times we think that money will make things easier, but, as someone who's been in business for a long time, I've worked with a lot of businesses as a consultant as well. And, time and time again, I have seen where when people get the money, they kind of blow through it and it really doesn't do anything for them. But when they have to bootstrap something, that's where, the success really comes from. So don't be afraid to bootstrap something. Don't be afraid to, start that business or this, your YouTube channel or whatever. And, don't be afraid to do it for free. Or, I was talking all about YouTube this weekend, and so many people came up to me and they said, I can't afford a camera. Can I start with my phone? I'm like, yes, absolutely. There are huge YouTubers out there that only use a phone. Emma Chamberlain is like one of them. All her videos are done on her iPhone, or at least they were when she started. And she has millions and millions of subs now. So again, you can start where you're at right now. And I think that you're, the reading itself is kind of saying you're like much more capable than you realize. So I think it's like time to get moving here. It's time to take control of your situation, which I think you are doing, because Chariot twice, the horse card here as well. The Chariot is also about setting yourself apart. It's kind of about having your own journey. He's leaving that city behind him and he's doing this so that he can set himself apart. So I think a lot of you are kind of leaving comfort zones and doing new things in your life. And this is going to lead to a victory. You have the Hermit. I think the Hermit is really kind of boring in your reading. I think the Hermit is just saying that you've learned everything you need to learn, and now it's time to put what you learned into practice. So, I think what this is like a green light from the universe. I think this reading is saying, you're ready, Scorpio. You're ready to get going. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Yeah, definitely a new love offer coming in for you this way here. For sure. You could be attracting a little bit of a magician as well. That could be something that you notice about this person. Maybe you meet them and they say things and they literally like make things happen in their life. I kind of get that feeling. I also feel that you need to start working towards a dream. The Page of Cups, he's normally got that fish in the cup. And I always say that fish is kind of represents that dreamy energy. That fish might not exist. He needs to like grab onto that fish and make sure he brings it down to earth. So I think it's time for you to work on a dream. With the Chariot, you have the Seven of Cups. I actually feel pretty good about this. I feel like you're finally picking a direction. Seven of Cups is all the options, and there are like good options and bad options, but the Chariot really says to me that you're going to pick the option that is uniquely Scorpio. I think you're going to do the thing in your life that is uniquely unique to you. So there you go. With the Hermit, we have the Queen of Pentacles again. So the Queen of Pentacles says you've learned a lot of hard lessons with the Hermit. The Hermit is, I consider a good card. It's like, yeah, sometimes the lessons we can learn with the Hermit bring us through a dark night of the soul, but he is done with his journey. He has completed it, and now he can implement those lessons into his life and get all the benefits. So really, really nice. You have this Fulfillment card. Oh, yeah, big money. I think that, you can see right here, there's this big bag of money. So whatever you're working on, Scorpio, I think is, bound to be successful. I think you're creating a lot of success at this time as well. So love it. You have this Charity card here. I feel like you feel the universe wants good things for you. Sometimes I think in life we're just like, we feel the universe isn't on our side. Four of Cups, we're trying to manifest, we're not getting what we want, and we feel like, okay, the universe doesn't want anything for me. And now I think you feel that the universe is like rewarding you, or you feel like you're going the right way. You have this Originality card. Yes, the whole entire reading speaks of originality. Chariot twice. And also even that Owl spirit, you see clearly now. The King of Swords is knowledge and wisdom. The Owl card is knowledge and wisdom. But you have unique ideas, like I was saying with the Seven of Cups in the Chariot, that you are going to express. And I feel like you're feeling like good enough to express those ideas. Sometimes I think if we don't feel like our ideas are special, we don't share them. And so it seems to me like you're opening up here or something. You have this Birth card. I would be careful if you're not trying to get pregnant. Definitely a very fertile year for you. So again, if you're not trying to get pregnant, obviously be careful. If you can't get pregnant, obviously this isn't for you. But I also feel your ideas are very fertile. I think the things you're creating, the things that you're doing, really good. And you have this Rebellion card. Yeah, I think I said this to you in like your June bonus reading maybe. I can't remember which one it was, but I said something about how, it does seem to me like the fixed signs, are you, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. And you are doing things that people have you in a box, right? People are like, this is Scorpio, but you're kind of getting out of the box, to be cliche here. And I think that there are people in your life who are like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing something different? I have you in this box, right? But I think you need to realize that you're not doing anything wrong. You're being yourself. And so rebel. I give you permission to, get out of the box. I give you permission to break free from people's idea of who you are. But this is a pretty powerful reading, Scorpio. I love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.